Another day, another story. St. George's Day is celebrated on April 23 in honor of St. George, the patron saint of England. Although it's not as widely celebrated as other national days in the UK, like St. Patrick's Day for Ireland or St. Andrew's Day for Scotland, it's still marked with various events, parades, and festivities in England. St. George is often depicted as a knight slaying a dragon, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. The day holds cultural and historical significance for many English people, and it's a chance to celebrate English heritage and identity. Welcome to Taboo Eminent Channel. One of the most famous legends associated with St. George is the tale of him slaying a dragon. According to the legend, a town in Libya was plagued by a fearsome dragon that demanded the sacrifice of sheep or young maidens to appease it. When the king's daughter was chosen as the next victim, St. George intervened. He bravely fought the dragon, eventually slaying it and saving the princess. This act of heroism made him a revered figure, not only in England but also across Europe. St. George's Day became associated with England during the Middle Ages, particularly after his supposed relics were brought to England during the Crusades. His popularity as a saint grew, and he was eventually adopted as the country's patron saint. Throughout history, St. George has been celebrated as a symbol of bravery, chivalry, and national identity. His feast day, April 23, became a day of celebration and pride for the English people. Although the observance of St. George's Day has fluctuated over the centuries, it continues to hold significance for many English individuals and communities as a day to honor their heritage and traditions. St. George is believed to have been born in Cappadocia, an area in modern-day Turkey, during the late 3rd century AD. He came from a Christian family and followed in his father's footsteps by joining the Roman army. His exemplary bravery and skill as a soldier quickly earned him recognition and promotion within the ranks. The most famous legend associated with St. George, as mentioned earlier, is the tale of him slaying the dragon. This story has been retold in various forms throughout history, with some versions placing the event in different locations. One popular rendition of the legend places the dragon's lair near the town of Selene in Libya. The people of Selene were terrorized by the dragon, which demanded human sacrifices. When the king's daughter was chosen as the next victim, St. George intervened, facing the dragon in combat and ultimately defeating it, thus saving the princess and the town. Another notable aspect of St. George's story is his steadfast faith in Christianity, even in the face of persecution. During the reign of Emperor Diocletian, who initiated one of the most severe persecutions of Christians in the Roman Empire, St. George openly declared his Christian beliefs and refused to renounce them, despite the risks to his own life. St. George's unwavering devotion to his faith and his acts of bravery in the face of danger made him a revered figure among Christians. After his martyrdom, his reputation as a protector and intercessor continued to grow, and he became venerated as a saint. In England, the cult of St. George gained prominence during the Middle Ages, particularly after the Crusades. His popularity soared among knights and soldiers, who saw him as a symbol of courage, honor, and chivalry. By the 14th century, St. George had been officially recognized as the patron saint of England, and his feast day, April 23, became a national holiday. Over time, St. George's Day evolved into a celebration of English identity and heritage, marked by parades, festivities, and displays of the St. George's Cross, England's national flag. While the observance of St. George's Day has fluctuated over the centuries, his legend and legacy continue to inspire people around the world. Miraculous interventions. Alongside his legendary battle with the dragon, St. George is also said to have performed various other miraculous interventions. These include healing the sick, protecting soldiers in battle, and even resurrecting the dead. These miracles contributed to his reputation as a powerful and benevolent saint. Cultural spread. The veneration of St. George spread beyond England to many other countries and regions. He is also recognized as the patron saint of other places, including Catalonia, Aragon, Georgia, and several cities and regions in Italy, Portugal, and Serbia. The widespread devotion to St. George highlights his universal appeal and the enduring legacy of his story. Symbolism in art and literature. The image of St. George slaying the dragon has been a popular subject in art and literature for centuries. It symbolizes the triumph of good over evil, righteousness over sin, and faith over adversity. Artists and writers throughout history have drawn inspiration from this iconic scene, depicting it in various styles and interpretations. Knighthood and chivalry. St. George is often associated with the ideals of knighthood and chivalry. He embodies the virtues of courage, honor, and selflessness, which were highly esteemed among medieval knights. The story of his bravery in rescuing the princess and defeating the dragon exemplifies these noble qualities, making him a role model for knights and warriors. St. George's Cross. The flag of England, known as the St. George's Cross, features a red cross on a white background. According to tradition, this flag was carried into battle by English soldiers during the Crusades, where it became associated with St. George's protection and intercession. Today, the St. George's Cross remains an enduring symbol of English national identity and pride, displayed on flags, banners, and emblems across the country. Legacy of Crusades. During the Crusades, knights from Europe traveled to the Holy Land to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim rule. St. George was revered as a patron saint of crusaders, and his legend gained prominence during this time. Crusaders often invoked his name before battle, believing that he would intercede on their behalf and grant them victory. International influence. The veneration of St. George extends far beyond England. He is celebrated as a patron saint in countries around the world, including Greece, Russia, Ethiopia, and Palestine. Each culture has its own traditions and interpretations of his story, reflecting the universal appeal of his legend. Dragon symbolism. The image of St. George slaying the dragon has become one of the most iconic and enduring symbols in Western culture. It represents the struggle between good and evil, with St. George embodying the hero who vanquishes the forces of darkness. This motif has been depicted in countless works of art, literature, and popular culture, cementing St. George's status as a legendary figure. Feast day celebrations. St. George's Day is celebrated not only in England but also in other countries where he is venerated as a patron saint. These celebrations often include religious services, parades, feasts, and cultural events. In some places, St. George's Day is observed as a public holiday, providing an opportunity for people to come together and honor their shared heritage. Modern relevance. Despite the passage of time, the story of St. George continues to resonate in the modern world. His example of courage, faith, and selflessness serves as an inspiration to people of all backgrounds. Whether commemorated through religious observance or cultural festivities, St. George's Day remains a meaningful occasion for many individuals and communities, reaffirming their connection to tradition and identity. These additional elements further enrich the story of St. George and underscore his significance as a symbol of courage, faith, and cultural heritage. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.